midterm election season, and the results are in for yesterday's primaries in Alabama and Virginia and Georgia. And the results were a mixed bag for candidates who were backed by former President Donald Trump. There are a lot of candidates out there. They're saying a lot of things, but here's one way of looking at it. Vernon Jones had Trump's endorsement in Georgia's 10th district. He lost to Mike Collins. Jake Evans, Trump's pick in Georgia's 6th district, lost to Rick McCormick. In Alabama, Katie Britt won the nomination for the state's open Senate seat after Trump took back his endorsement of her opponent, Congressman Mo Brooks, and backed her instead. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins me now. Rick, I wonder if making Trump the center of this story, A, plays into his hands. Every politician likes to hear his name said. But then in this instance, maybe voters are looking at other things aside from, does Donald Trump like him?
100% agree, Terry. I think it actually misses an important larger point, because in both of those House races that Trump's candidate lost in Georgia, and they lost badly. You saw those numbers. They were absolutely wiped out in those runoff elections. They actually lost to candidates who are significantly more Trumpy, for lack of a better word, than the Trump-endorsed candidates. They were saying that Trump made a mistake. They are more closely aligned to more extreme MAGA forces. Some of them are even bigger believers in the big lie, in denial about the last election, and that's how they won in these redder districts. And of course, in the case in Alabama, Trump had endorsed both candidates. He went with Mo Brooks early on. He rescinded that endorsement when the polling turned. Brooks stayed loyal to him, but it wasn't until Katie Britt started to be loyal to Trump himself and to start to parrot some ideas around election fraud, unsubstantiated allegations like that, that she was able to win that Trump endorsement. So look, Republicans want Trump's endorsement. There's no doubt about it. But I think there's a larger story at work, which is even on a week we saw the January 6 hearings and Georgia lawmakers give that testimony. The real hold that those lies about the last election have taken among Republican voters and in Republican candidates.
And so Trumpism may be a more powerful force than Trump himself. Let's talk about the January 6th hearings. The latest ABC News and Ipsos poll shows the January 6th committee hearings, they may be having an impact on voters in this way. 6% more Americans believe Trump should be charged with a crime than before the hearings began. 91% of Democrats think Trump should be charged. Only 19% of Republicans. Look, I don't really know. 58% of Americans believe that he should be charged with the crime for his role in the Capitol attack. I'm not sure, what crime? I mean, that's a do you like Trump or do you hate Trump question. I'm not even sure it's a great precedent for the United States for the president of one party to indict his predecessor from another party. That raises all kinds of questions. But I wonder, is that really the central storyline of the January 6th committee when it comes to your expertise, the political impact that this might have on the country?
I don't think that the main politics of this is whether or not Trump is charged and whether he's disqualified from running for office. I don't think that he is disqualified regardless. I think the political impact, has to be measured in kind of a longer-term set of doses. And the fact that people are willing to give this committee credence, we saw a 20-point increase just in the last few months on how many people think that the January 6th committee has done an honest and accurate job of presenting this evidence, even with very few Republicans on the committee. That, to me, suggests that they're tuning in some ways. Look, people are going to vote on whatever issues they want to vote on. We've covered a bunch of them on this show around inflation and gun violence and crime. But the flat facts of this case are what they are, and it does seem like voters are internalizing them.
Yeah, it's fascinating that people might be leaning in, and it might condition the way they look at the next election, what they're hearing about the last one from this committee. We'll see. Rick Klein, as always, good to see you. Thanks.
Thanks, Terry.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.